Greetings and salutations, Seahawks Palaver, with another 7-round Seahawks mock draft. Before we get started, why don't you throw me a subscribe if you feel like doing so? That'd be nice. The button's right over there somewhere. A like would be nice, whatever. And all these things help with the algorithm and helps get these things seen, which can be difficult at times for a small channel such as Moaz. So we are at pick 5. Let's start the draft and let's see what happens. The landscape has changed a little bit. We have Bobby Wagner back in the fold, so we don't really need the off-ball linebacker that we may have needed earlier before because it's a weak class. But we still have a gaping hole at nose tackle, so we shall see if we can address some of these things coming up. Here's a surprise. I did not anticipate Will Anderson being available at this spot. I thought we'd probably have to take, whatever quarterback was left over. And we still could take Anthony Richardson. But I think what I'm going to do is take Will Anderson because, yes, we are okay at that position with Nwosu on one side and Boye Mafe on running downs on the other, and then maybe Darrell Taylor coming in as the pass rush specialist. That seemed to be the role that was best played by him last year. But Will Anderson can do all of it. He can do all that. And if it happens that he displaces Mafe as the starter, I'm okay with that as long as he's the better player. That's fine. We still need depth at that position. I mean, no one stays healthy all year long, right? So I am definitely okay adding the premier defensive player in college football for the past 2 years at number 5 here. Now, we still have the hole, though, at nose tackle. Kalijah Kancey is more of a pass rushing guy. He doesn't play, in the A-gap at all. Brain Breesy has played a couple snaps there, but it's not really his raison d'etre, as the French would say. So I'm going to try to trade down a little bit. What do we have here? 27. Well, we can try that. What are you going to give us there, Buffalo? Will you give us the 59? Yes. Okay, so we got an extra second rounder out of it. All right. I'm just going to go. Clancy's still on board, but I'm actually going to go with Mazi Smith. He's been going in the first round or one of the first 2 picks of the second round all week, so I don't want to screw around. I'm just going to take him right there and not worry about it. That's way too far down. At 37, would have been a good time to take Will McDonald, but we don't really need him now that we have Will Anderson in the fold. Manual forwards is a thought. Ball hawking corners are definitely something that are valued, but he only weighs 166 pounds, so I'm not sure that his, tackling acumen is going to be there. Although he puts in the effort. I just, it's just he gets run through plenty of times too. Adebaware would be great to flank alongside Mazi Smith, but I don't know if adding to the rotation at this spot is the best thing to do. Let's see if we can trade down a smidge. Uh, 40. All right. So, I don't know where it went right away. We're on the clock. Now, I'm going to do something that seems unusual, but I'm going to explain why I'm going to do it. Okay, so we played a lot of extra offensive lineman sets for the past couple years. But it kind of, when we do that, teams kind of know what we're going to do. They know what we're up to. We're trying to, put in a run-heavy set. But I think that there's a way we can get around this. I think that if we go to the tight end section and draft Darnell Washington, now it seems early, but he goes between 40 and 50 all the time in these simulators, even though his rank is 71. So I'm going to probably fail according to their simulator. But he is basically an extra offensive lineman that has the athleticism of a running back. There hasn't been anyone like him that I can think of. He is an amazing specimen, a field tilter. That's what Pete Carroll and Josh Schneider look for guys that tilt the field. And Darnell Washington can certainly do that. They wasted 3 years of Jimmy Graham's contract trying to get him to block. It was not going to happen. When they finally just let him be a tight end, he had scored like 10 touchdowns. But Darnell Washington is a monster blocker already, and he can catch, and he can run. This is something that just would add so much to the team. It seems early, but it's not. He's definitely going to go early in the draft, so I'm going to take him here at 40. Will Disley's hurt all the time. He was hurt last year. Noah Fant, it's his last contract year. Colby Parkinson is his last contract year, and I would not draft Darnell Washington because of Colby Parkinson anyway. I mean, come on now. And who knows if we even keep Will Disley next year. He's going to be expensive. And he's hurt all the time. I think it's a contract that they might be regretting. I mean, when he's on the field and producing, it's great. But when it's not, so you kind of feel the purse strings tightening around that position a little bit. So I think Darnell Washington is a great addition to the tight end room. And next year, I think he's the number one tight end, if not this year. All right, so we still have holes on the offensive line. Luke Weipler, of course, would be a great pick here at 52. We do have Evan Brown, though. If I had my druthers, I'd probably go with Cody Mock at this position. It's early, though, so maybe I won't. And we have another pick at 59. Maybe Cody Mock will be there. And I wouldn't mind taking the both of them, to be completely honest. Let's see what we have on the interior so we don't miss out on anyone. Keanu Benton. All right, so I'll have to pick an offensive lineman. All right, I'm not going to pick a traditional center. I'm thinking I'm going to do Keanu Benton, and then I'm going to take Cody Mock. Hopefully this works out, and they don't get taken ahead of time, because this thing's unpredictable. But I think that will address our trenches very nicely here in the beginning. And then there's a lot of good 3-4 ends later on in the draft that can fill in. I think we've addressed it sufficiently. All right. Guys, let's go on this adventure, shall we? All right, so it seems early, but we just don't want to miss them. So Keanu Benton and Cody Mock. All right, let's do it. So that covers like a lot of positions. Cody Mock can play anywhere on the offensive line, and we have the two best interior players, as far as I'm concerned, solidified on our team. Having Mozzie Smith and Keanu Benton, you cannot go wrong. You cannot go wrong. Both of those can play the nose. They can play ends either if Al Woods comes back on a cheaper contract or whatever. All these things happen. It gives us a tremendous amount of flexibility on the defensive line, and we have a tremendous amount of flexibility on the offensive line too, because we have Evan Brown, who can start. He did really well, even though he's on a small 1-year $1 million contract. That doesn't mean he's a bad player. It just doesn't. It just means we got a bargain, right? So he can play center, or Cody Mock can play center. He can, or we can play guard. We have opened up the competition significantly on the offensive line with one player. So I think that's good. It does seem like I've overpaid, in their draft value, but I don't really think we did. I think we would not have gotten them at pick 83, for instance. All right, but now things have thinned out a little bit. So what are we going to do here at pick 83? We still need a quarterback, and Hendon Hooker is gone. So we'll have to target someone later on. Hendon Hooker was usually my go-to, but I'm okay. There's other quarterbacks in this draft that I like as well. Carl Brooks would be a good pickup right here. He's traditionally he's an outside the tackle end, but he's 300 pounds, right? He can handle 3-4 end just fine. And he has the athleticism to do it. Maybe a little bit stronger, perhaps, but again, he's growing. He's a growing boy. I'm not worried about it. Or we could go Jamie Robinson. They've been bringing in safeties left and right. And who's left? Is there like a premier person left? Parker Washington's really good. And there are not very many receivers left in this draft. Jonathan Mingo is really good. Let's look at the wideouts. Parker Washington is really good. I don't trust Keisha Butte at all. Jaden Reed's all right. Marino Cropper, okay. Trey Palmer's good. Bryce Ford Wheaton is potential only. Xavier Hutchinson, I like a lot. And Jonathan Mingo, I like a lot. Io Sabas, I'm not sure. Ronnie Bell, we can get late. He'd be a good pickup. I'm not sure that wideout is something I want to address here at 83. Let's look at running back. Is anyone really good here? No, I don't think anyone we really need to go out of our way for. Maybe Spears, but let's keep looking. On the interior, Andrew Voorhees, but he was hurt, so I think we can pass on him for now. At tackle, Braden Daniels, very versatile. He's coming in for a look too, but we really just drafted Cody Mock, so I think that we're gonna not do that. Cornerback Garrett Williams has the size, if not the attitude. Travius Hodges Tomlinson has the attitude, if not the size. He's tiny. 5'8", 178. No, thank you. Jalen Jones, Ja'Cory Bennett, Jartavius Martin, I like a lot. Though he's more safety. He's like a Julian Love type player. Nope, I don't think that the corner is up for us right now. Safety Jamie Robinson, they brought him in. I know they like him a lot. He's a consideration at 83. Man, this is tough. Moro Jomo, Zach Pickens. Ooh, Zach Pickens would be really good right here. I know it seems early, but he goes in this position. He goes before 115. I'm not going to get him 115. If I want him, I have to take him now or trade down a little bit. And I don't think I need to trade down. I have plenty of picks here. Carl Brooks or Nick Herbig would be good if we didn't have Will Anderson. I think that we're going to have to do that. Let's do a quick look here. No. Oh, I know the Seahawks like Mike Morris a lot, although he lost weight rather than gained weight. So I think that they are anticipating him going the other way with his weight. He's slimmed down. And so I think he's trying to play a 4-3 end. All right, you know what? Let's I know it seems like he's ranked low, but let's do Zach Pickens. Let's do Zach Pickens 83. We're really going to solidify our line here. All right, now at 115, we should probably start looking at running backs. I saw Tyjae Spears went, and that was a small tragedy. But Sean Tucker's still on the board. Roshan Johnson's still on the board. Sean Tucker is your Rashad Penny clone, I think, only without having to spend a first-round pick on him. I think that he would be good in this position. Chase Brown is my favorite back in the draft. He's so much fun to watch. Though I don't know if he's something that the Seahawks would use. Roshan Johnson would be a good counter to Ken Walker as well. He's the more bigger, solider back, more of a Chris Carson mold. All right, well, that's good. Let's look at safety. Who's left? Ronnie Hickman still here. Kobe Turner, criminally underrated. We talk about Moro Ojomo all the time, but Kobe Turner is a fantastic player. I mean, all of his stats are great. He's got good size. He'd be a great end, but we got Zach Pickens, Keanu Benton, and Mozzie Smith. So I don't think that we really need to focus on that position for a while. Although I am really happy with what we got. I'm super stoked having solid trenches again. But let's look at running back, and let's get Sean Tucker. Let's bring him in. Another speed back. And at 123, who's left at wideout? A whole lot of no one. Well, Xavier Hutchinson's still here. I think in the interest of not missing out on another player, he doesn't get enough press. 45.2% contested catch rate. His yards per run is low, but his drop rate is low. He's good everywhere else. He's a decent player. And at 6'2", 203, he definitely has some size. Let's go for Xavier Hutchinson at this point, so we don't really have to just wait anymore. There's really no one left. I know I traditionally take Jake Bobo at 198, but he ran a 4.99 at this pro day. What wideout runs a 4.99? I mean, was he carrying a case of beer as he was running his 40? Because that's the only thing I can think of that'd make you run a 4.99. I mean, I could probably run a 4.99 now. I mean, it's crazy. I mean, people who were 100 pounds heavier than him ran faster than that. It's nuts. I don't know how that happened. So let's just take Xavier Hutchinson. I think he's underrated, and I don't want to miss out. All right, at 146. Ronnie Hickman's still on board. The Seahawks have been taking in safeties left and right. I think that we should probably snag him at this point. Something's going on with the safety room. I don't know if they're planning on either Jamal Adams' injury is worse than they're letting on, his recovery's not going well, or they're going to cut him. Something's happening with our safety room. I'm not quite sure what it is, but let's take Ronnie Hickman while we can, just to cover our butts. Okay, who's left? Viliami Fehoko does not get enough press. He's a really good player. Look at this. Where is it? 50 hurries. 50 hurries for someone who is 6'4" and 276. He traditionally lined up outside the tackle at that, so he's a big Carl Dunlap type end, 4-3 end. But his win rate 20.5%, a decent run stop rate, not great but not bad. Good grades against the run and the pass. He's a good player. I don't know where he fits in with us, but something to think about for sure. I don't think enough people talk about him. Yaya Diaby is probably who I would go with if it was between the two. However, all right, we're really running out of options here. Okay, and all the tight ends are gone. The tackles mostly gone. I like McClendon Curtis a lot, but it's way too early for McClendon Curtis, I think. Although you never can tell. You never can tell. Chandler Zavala is really good. I think the only lineman I got was Cody Mock. Is that correct? Yeah, because I got Keanu Benton. Let's review what we have so make sure that we're on course here. I still need a quarterback, don't I? Okay. So Will Anderson, Mozzie Smith, Darnell Washington, Keanu Benton, Cody Mock, Zach Pickens. I love our defensive line. That's so nice. Sean Tucker at running back. Xavier Hutchinson at wideout. And Ronnie Hickman at safety. All right, let's quickly look at the running backs again. We do need one more. Let's see if there's anyone really good left. Chris Rodriguez is on the board. Rob Staten took him in his 7th round draft. I saw that. He's a great pick. People sleeping on him a bit because Kentucky was a bad team last year, but Rodriguez is really good. Chris Carson-esque, bigger back. Here, check out his size. 6'0", 217. He's definitely a Chris Carson type back. Although there are people that we can still get later, may not be quite as good, but I think that we can just keep looking. Gerard Clark, Jonah Tavai, underrated player. He can play everywhere too. Look at that, he's so versatile. And he's 6'0", 290. Good player. Okay, let's look at... We haven't even looked at the linebackers once. Let's just see who's left. Okay, so no one. Oh, good late rounders, but no one at 151, I don't think. Oh, this is interesting. Where are we going to do? What are we going to do? I think Starling Thomas is really good. It's a bit early for him, though. I think Yaya Dabi's going to be our boy. He ran a very Cliff Averill-esque 10-yard split, so I'm going to go with Yaya Diaby here at 151. And at 154, Chandler Zavala would be good. look at the interior offensive line. Chandler Zavala, Jackson Kirkland, Juice Scruggs. Ricky Stromberg is still here. Now, it seems early for Stromberg, but he's not going to be there at 198. And that's another guy who can play center or guard. Juice Scruggs is good too. Jackson Kirkland is also all right. Chandler Zavala is probably the best guard, but I don't know if he can play center. Nope, didn't play any snaps at center at all. I don't know, Jackson Kirkland. He played mostly left guard. Juice. 886 snaps at center. That's really impressive. I just think Stromberg's the better player. 898. I think having another option at center would be good. Let's look at linebackers again real quick. No one. And running back again. Rodriguez is tempting at this point, but there's someone I have an eye on later. Oh, you know what? Quarterbacks. We still need a quarterback. Jake Hayner's on board. I like Jake Hayner a lot. But I'm going with Dorian Thompson-Robinson. I'm going to get an F on this because they're going to say it's early. But I think in reality, he'd probably go earlier even at this point. So let's just take DTR right now and just eat the F from the scoreboard because this is where we're going to have to take him in real life. Probably even earlier if we miss out on the quarterback, at 5. Okay, and so we still have Chandler Zavala on board. 198 Starling Thomas. I'm going to take Starling Thomas. I like him a lot. He has potential. Did we take Julius Brents earlier? I don't remember. It's okay. Taking Starling Thomas here. And then at 237, we'll see who's left. We'll see who's left at 237. Mahmoud Diabate is a good versatile linebacker. Drake Thomas, a good versatile linebacker. An honest-to-God fullback in Hunter Lepke, who's really good. I actually have a little bit tempting to take him. But I think who I want is, I don't know where he is. Let's see if he's on the board still. At running back, Deneric Prince. This guy right here. The most athletic running back at the combine, believe it or not. He is a Chris Warren clone, and I'm just gonna have to take him. Deneric Prince as our running back 4. All right, let's see how we did. All right, Will Anderson. Oh, look, we got an A+. Nice. Mozzie Smith to play nose. Darnell Washington. I knew we were going to eat that D, but I didn't say that. I knew we were going to get a bad grade, but that's okay. I think that he's a phenomenal talent, and this is about where if he goes at 40, I'd be surprised. I think at the draft he's going to go much earlier than this. He's just no one is built like Darnell Washington. Keanu Benton, I am pleased to get him and Mozzie Smith on the same line. Cody Mock gives us versatility all along the line. Zach Pickens, super athletic 3-4 end that can go in the nose occasionally, but is going to excel outside. Sean Tucker, Rashad Penny-esque talent. Xavier Hutchinson, really good receiver. Watch some highlights or some film on him if you're unfamiliar. Ronnie Hickman. They keep bringing in safeties. There's got to be a reason for it. And getting him this late at 146 is a steal. Yaya Diaby, again, some amazing get-off. He has a fantastic, really fast 10-yard split. I think it was 1.53 or something. It was crazy. It was crazy fast for a defensive end of his size. Dorian Thompson-Robinson, our quarterback of the future. Stick him on the bench and not worry about it. Starling Thomas, an underrated ball hawking, aggressive cornerback. I think he fits in the Seahawks mold very well. And Deneric Prince is just this beast of running back that got in the 7th round. Why not? Overall, I am pleased. I'm very pleased. I like this draft a lot. I don't know, it only gave us a B+, but I think just about everywhere we addressed needs. We really solidified the defensive line, which was kind of a mess going in. But now we have Dremont Jones, or Dre Jones as he likes to be called, Jones, Jaron Reed, Mozzie Smith, Keanu Benton, and Zach Pickens, and Yaya Diaby as a pass rusher. And not even talking about Will Anderson. We have really turned our defense around. I think where we struggled against the run last year, I think now with Smith, Benton, Pickens, Jaron Reed, Vermont Jones, we are going to be a force to be reckoned with. And Will Anderson. And Yaya Diaby screaming off the edge. I am super pleased. Our defense has really turned around. Offense, is Xavier Hutchinson going to be the answer at wideout? I don't know. I really like A.T. Perry. He's the guy I want most, but he is going to be way up here in this area. And I don't know, I can't make everyone fit in, right? If I wanted to focus on the defense, I wanted to focus on the defense. So that's what we did. And I think that really, really improved the Seahawks roster with this haul. You guys let me know down in the comments what you would have done differently, if you would have made more trades, less trades. I didn't trade around too much this time. Just let me know what you'd have done, who your favorite pick was, who the least favorite pick was. If you would have taken a different running back than Sean Tucker. Like I said, Chase Brown is my favorite, but I think Sean Tucker kind of fits more in with what we needed at the time to spell Kenneth Walker. But you let me know what you think. All right, I appreciate it. Throw me a like, throw me a subscribe, throw me a dislike if you didn't like it. That's fine too. I get plenty of those. But I just want the interaction. I want to know what you guys think, and I appreciate you taking the time to stop by. All right, enjoy, have fun, and I will see you next time.